Ah. Last week, Patrick talked about our mission. Do y'all remember? Does anybody remember what our mission was? Okay, I'll let you off the hook. That everyone on the planet, our mission is about evolving in consciousness, about realizing we are children of God. That's our mission. But after you accept that mission, what is your next step? Plagues us all, doesn't it? When we look at Jesus' life, after he accepted his mission, he went to the wilderness to be by himself for a while. But let me remind you, before we go there, what mission he had accepted. He was with the masters, and he said, I can't do what you're asking me to do. I have a mission from God. My task is to be a model maker and make a pattern of a church that will be a pattern that the age can comprehend until a more universal church can be born. I am here to live the postulate that love is Son of God. And I have come to manifest that love. That love is Son of God. And that was the mission that he declared for himself. So, when we follow his work, he has this mission. I am Son of God. Love is Son of God. I want to teach the people of the love of God. How do you do that? You know, the mission can be a great ideal. But what are the steps that we do? Well, the first thing that he did was he went into the wilderness. Every time that we shift into a higher level of consciousness, we have to shift our relationship with matter. Do you understand what I'm saying? Every time we're trying to move into living at a higher level, we cannot keep doing the same thing we've always done. If we do the same thing we've always done, where will we stay? Where we are. So this wilderness experience, some scriptures say he went into the desert. We don't know exactly where he went. We know he went apart for a while so he could meditate and pray for 40 days and 40 nights. And that's where the 3 temptations occurred to him. This whole experience that Jesus was going through was a refining of his ego. Our ego is a beautiful tool that helps us navigate matter. Our ego assesses what's happening in the outer, and it's designed to bring information back into our inner being, so our inner being can make a choice. Oh, that road looks bumpy, ego says. Inner being says, is that part of my path or not? Let me check my guidance. No, I think we're going to avoid bumpy road. Ego, avoid bumpy road. Or the ego might say, bumpy road, yee-haw. I want to exercise some muscles. And then the inner self is going, oh, wait. You know, so how we navigate matter, are you guys clear on that? How we see it and navigate it is part of the ego's job to assess and then bring back data. Most of our egos forget to bring it back. So as we begin to do this purification process, it's about bringing the energy and understanding how we are going to navigate in the world and how we're going to do it differently. So easy, isn't it? Everybody take a breath. So, Jesus defined his ego slightly differently through the 3 tests. He said, although I can, I will not focus on the miracles. Remember when the temptation was turn the bread into, or stone into bread? That's a miracle. Prove to the world that you can do this. He could have focused on the miracles, couldn't he? But he said, no, I'm going to focus on the deeds and the words. And the second was to throw himself off the temple. I could do that, although I don't want to use God's energy to prove I'm right, because that sets me up above everybody. I'm different than everybody. I want to just teach the truth. And then he said, the other temptation was for him to seek worldly fame and a payoff. Come on, you can do this and you can get rich and famous. Yeah, not what I want to do. I could, but I think I want to focus on spirit instead. So when he came out of the wilderness experience, having created a new directive with his ego, he did not come out with a corporate structure. Do you understand that? He did not come out with the 1, 2, 3, I need to hire this person, I need to do this, I need to do that. Yet when we get on a new mission, what do? We're trying to create that corporate structure. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum. So we have marching orders. We skip the step about refining ourselves. We skip the step that we're in a broad mission now. We need to refine ourselves so we can move through that mission in clarity and peace. So his focus for his mission. My words will be the power, not the miracles. I will not elevate myself above man. I will be equal to them, because we are all one. And I will not look for worldly gain, because in spirit, everything lives. So he had this beautiful ego refinement. Now, still, how do you do the mission? It still hadn't fallen into place yet, has it? There wasn't any great plan of I'm going to do this, this, or this. But do you see how we evolve with our missions? Can you see that for yourselves? Just knowing you're going to act differently with the outer is one of the first steps that takes you into this broad mission that you've defined for yourselves. And some of you, it is not just I'm going to evolve and become a child of God. Some of you, it's a much more specific mission. I'm choosing this mission for my life. But you have to have that redefining of who you are and how you're going to take yourself out into the world before that mission can even take form around you. Simple, right? Take a breath. All right. In Jesus' world, when he came from the wilderness, the first thing he did was submit to John for baptism. You remember, he came out and he went right to John, his cousin, John the Baptist, who was baptizing people. And when he was baptized, Jesus appeared, John said, "You don't need to be baptized." And Jesus said, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do this. Do with me what all men do. I want to connect with God in this symbolism and in this actual connection. Because we know what happened, what the scripture says, when he was baptized, what happened? A dove appeared. The dove said, that voice from heaven, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." I wouldn't have wanted to miss that. You know? If that's one of my staffs, I'm right there. I wouldn't want to miss that connection. So he did this baptism, sealing his commitment to walk with the common man and to bring God's light to them. It was an act of sealing his commitment. Now, if your commitment is to something other than a spiritual path, maybe you want to sell popsicles for your mission in life. There will come a moment when you will have that act of commitment that seals you in that space. Y'all, everybody thinking? Then, immediately, Jesus was met with 6 of John's disciples. 6 of John's disciples. Peter, James, John, Philip, Nathaniel, and Andrew. And you know what they said to him? "We have been waiting for you. You are the Christ." It says one of them went to his brother and woke him up and said, "We found the Christ, we found the Christ, come on." These guys had families. Most of them were married. They had jobs. But what had they been doing? They had been preparing their vehicles. They had been going through their own wilderness experience. They had been redefining how they related to the outer. Because when Jesus arrived, what did they do? Dropped everything. This is the step in the mission I've been preparing for. Do you realize that? They followed him instantly. They dropped everything. "Yeah, tell my wife I'll be home in a couple of weeks." You know, we're on a journey now. And the 6 of them followed him immediately. From Jesus' standpoint, wasn't it beautiful that his path was already prepared for the support he needed? He just had to walk out. And the people who were in place to play their roles within him, they were already prepared. And because they had prepared and he had prepared, everything became this beautiful, timely movement of moving down his destiny path. Can you see how the universe is involved in all of the details of our lives? Every detail of our life, the universe provides. But it provides when we have changed something about ourselves so that we can move toward that mission that we're seeking to accomplish. Do y'all know that you have different levels of missions? You have the great mission to Christ. Some of you want to go back to school and do something different. Somebody want to start businesses. Some want children, families. Everybody has new missions. This modality works at every level of any mission that you seek to move into. It works at every level. All right. When we say yes to the mission and we change our relationship with matter, the universe responds. Because the universe knows you're ready. Because you've changed your relationship with matter. You haven't done anything directly to the mission. But you have said, I'm going to change my relationship with matter. I'm going to do something different. Take a breath. Last week, I know Patrick shared with you our mission statement at InnerQuest. We had done the meditation, as he said, and our mission statement that we got from Spirit was, the journey of life is to know oneself, and the path begins in the heart. Cool mission statement, huh? What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Do you know what I'm saying? So we got this mission statement early on. IQ, we began in early 90. We were incorporated in November 1990. And I was very comfortable at that point teaching. I taught a lot. I did healing work. I taught healing work. I taught meditation. I was the teacher, the healer. I saw myself no problem as a teacher healer. No problem. I'd been enmeshed in it for several years. And Patrick had come through a seminary ordination program, and he was an ordained minister of that faith. And I had been working as a minister at a unity church as well, but this was Wednesday night minister. So we have this inner quest where we've been healing, teaching, and we have this mission statement. And it was great. We love the mission statement. What are we? We did not know. Are we a healing center? Are we just a teaching institution? What are we? Well, we just had to start with what we were. So we made the commitment that InnerQuest came first. I mean, it was a baby. Had to be. Anybody giving birth to a baby? Crying, screaming, diapers. The church is no different. It was a baby. So 24/7 we had to tend this creature, this beingness. And, well, that works, that doesn't work. Then the whole time we are in constant meditation to improve ourselves. Meditation to ask, what is our next step? Do you hear what I'm saying? I could see myself as the healing minister, the teacher, and I taught, and I healed, and I married, and I loved it. And Patrick loved the healing, and he was doing the healing. Do you know it took until 92, it took 2 years before even the idea, even though I'd spoken at churches before, Sunday service, but the idea of being a minister that ran a church, that wasn't in my consciousness. But because I was walking on my path, do you see how it unfolds? As we walked on our path and began to change our relationship with the outer, and trust me, we did, just as every parent knows you do, everything began to expand. Everybody that needed to be there came. Everybody that wanted to help was there. Do you see? Because we were moving in that unformed vision, that unformed mission, and letting it be formed before our eyes. And it came out pretty cool, I think. I think. But do you see? If you had asked us when we came out of that meditation what we were going to do, we would have said we do not know. All we know is we have a mission statement that we will be true to. It is about awakening hearts. It's not about making money. It's not about building buildings. It's about awakening hearts. And I would say in all of our modalities, we have been extremely successful. Would you not?
Yes.
Okay. So, and he and I are the only ones that would know. We've been extremely successful. But do you hear the role of it? It becomes this great energy that as you change and you move into it will define itself. And as it defines itself, the universe is bringing you everything you need. The path is being prepared. Now, if we had come out with the marching orders to God and said, okay, God, we've got journey of life is to know oneself, path begins in the heart, we want a corporate structure, we want CFOs, CEOs, we want council, we want blah, 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 God would have laughed. Do you see? Because this is not what our mission was. That's not how you reach hearts, is it? No. So we had to gently, gently, gently be guided. And our mission, obviously, I know is different than yours. But we all have missions, don't we? Okay. So the universe really wants us to understand. Embrace your mission. Change how you relate to the outer. Change how you navigate your ego navigation. For us, it was meditation daily. It was checking our guidance. Rather than answering from our mind or our pocketbook, answer from your heart. For you, if you're going to change jobs or careers, maybe you get up at a different time every day. Maybe you dress differently. Maybe you drive differently. Anything in the outer that you change that supports your mission. Is everybody getting this really clear? Okay. If you will do this, the path for you will open. Everything that you need will appear. Just like the disciples. The 6 that were waiting for him. They were waiting for him. They almost pounced on him. Where have you been? We thought you'd never show up. People are waiting to support you. The universe is unlimited support, and it responds to your willingness to receive. Okay, sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to share with you something my dad told me when I was younger. I've shared with you last time, sometimes I have a hard time really grasping certain things. It's just something that I don't think my brain thinks that way. And so I was I'm thinking about 14, we were at a restaurant with my family. I don't know what my dad was talking about, it could have been anything. But he said this and it just stunned me. He said, if you can see a mirror, you can be seen in that mirror. And I went, what? How is that possible? And you guys may have been taught this in school, I was not. If you can see a mirror at some angle, you can be seen in that mirror. Well, that's just not possible, I said. That's just not possible. Mirrors don't work that way. And so he just said, no, it's true. He was so calm. That's true. Well, for the next 40 years, I've been trying to prove him wrong. It's not possible. How is it possible? And so if I'd catch a mirror and I'd see myself and try to go back and so even recently, I was in our closet, in our master bathroom. There's a big mirror on the wall here, and the doors here, and the closet's there. Well, I was in the closet, and I happened to catch a sliver of the mirror. And I went, okay, we're testing this right now. I looked at the sliver. I turned around, and right behind me was one of Patrick's red shirts. You can't miss that. Came out of the bathroom, and I started walking around that mirror, looking at all the angles, and darn him, I couldn't see that red shirt. It floored me. And it has bothered me for 40 years. How is it possible? How is it possible? So the universe said, Cindy, we need you to pay attention. Because there's a lesson in here. The lesson is this. You think you impact life only when you're standing and facing yourself. You think that if you're right there putting your makeup on, if you're right there looking at you, that's when you impact life. You don't. Every time you can see a mirror, you're impacting life. You can't see yourself. Someone sees you. And they said the mirror is your mission. This is your mission. This is your mission. Even if you're not ready to pull the trigger on some action, if you're not ready to stand in front of that mission and say, make it so, we're going to do this. But you can keep your eye on the mission. Somewhere there's a reflection of your eye, of your energy going out into the world and coming back to you. Somewhere. Does that make sense to you? It was just, it was amazing to me. It was amazing to me. And then they said to me, all those serendipitous events that you love happening where, oh my God, how did that perfect book fall into my lap at this time? How did the universe know I needed that when I didn't even ask for it yet? You see? How did all of these beautiful, amazing coincidences, blessings occur that are just phenomenal? Exactly what I needed. Because I kept my eye on the mirror. I might not have been courageous enough to look in, face to face, to my mission. But I had a periphery of the mirror. And the minute I had my eye on my mission, the universe is bringing me what I need. Do you see? Have you ever noticed how some missions that you have, and you go, that's a really good mission of mine, I'm going to set that in a drawer somewhere and I won't look at it again for a while? And does anything happen on that mission? No, it stabilizes. Stabilizes. But if we pull it up and just keep it in the periphery, just know that God's working on that for me. I know I'm going to do that someday. How many are going to write a book someday? Please be honest. Thank you. Quite a few hands. So if we stick it in the drawer, do you think you're ever going to get insights on your book? But if you keep it up, yes, one day I'm going to write a book. Hi, I'm Cindy Ford. One day I'm going to write a book. You know? Okay, it's up, it's up. Don't you think someone's going to run into me? I'm going to get what I need. I'll be able to keep a file of notes going so that when the time comes, the path has been prepared for that book. The path is prepared for our endeavors. I thought it was a fabulous example, one that I still cannot explain, how mirrors function in this way. But it's a reflection of how the universe functions. Just by being able to see and keep in mind what we're doing. We're sending out that beautiful message, and the universe is beginning to return it to us. Everything that we desire to experience, we can. Everything we desire to grow into, we can. And I've asked many times, do you want to stay exactly where you are, right where you are, and cross over at this level of consciousness? Is this where you want to stay? You want to stay where you are, and when you die, you're going to be good. Most people say, no, I want more. We have to change who we are to get that. We have to shift our relationship with the outer. We have to find a mission that our heart has been guiding us to. And every one of us has those beautiful gems that we want to be, do, become, experience. And they could be small or big. They could be big like our mission statement, or they could be just a trip to Europe mission statement. Doesn't matter. But focusing and shifting. Accept, shift, and trust. The universe prepares. How simple is this? Isn't it wonderful to know that everything can be prepared for us? Just by keeping it visible. Okay. You don't have to know what you're doing. Oh, God. You just have to do something. You just have to say, I want to get bigger, I want to grow up, and I'll change something. I'll brush with my other hand. Oh, there you go, you've changed something, you know? It's simple steps. And then just wait and watch. See if the universe doesn't start moving. So let's go within. Just breathe. God, our beautiful Creator, our Father, our Mother, we ask that your love engulf us now. And I ask that we all just feel that beautiful pouring into this space. Feel a beautiful column of light now just descending over you. A space where you are held safe. A space that just kind of separates you from the person next to you. Look at the color. Feel the energy. Pretend it in. Imagine it in. Be with this column of light. And as you are in the column of light, feel your heart and simply say, God, I am your child. And as you do, feel your heart energy beginning to match the beautiful column of light that's around you. Yes, you are my child. Feel. And in your heart say, God, I know I'm here to do something that will make my soul happy. And feel as you say those words, a love from Father, Mother, God pouring into your heart. And feel the joy of God. When you are happy, you are one with God. Feel that column of light. Feel your heart. And say, God, teach me to walk in the world with the eyes of love and the heart of peace. And feel that love of God. And feel a great sense of harmony now. As you know, with the eyes of love and a heart of peace, you can experience anything. I want you to let your focus now just go to your own heart. And this is not a moment where you need to make a decision. Just feel the great potential within you. The potential for choice, experience, for life. And I want you to feel that potential and call it good. I am good. The light I am is perfect. And just see your whole energy coming alive like a beautiful star. God's beloved child. And Father, Mother God, I ask you bless all who are here. And as they go forth into their world, let them truly see and feel compelled to being that light in ways that they would choose. And I thank you for all of the support in the path that lies before us. And I say, yea, God. So breathe. Let your focus come back to your chair. And just feel yourself at peace. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. How did it feel to bring the column of light down and not lift you up? Did you notice we didn't lift high into your spirit? You got to feel your spirit as it is, as it sits in the chair. You are remarkable beings, and you can move mountains. You just get to choose which mountain you want to move. So say, yea, God.
Yea, God.
So it is.